So in 2007, I developed the project Google Will Eat Itself with ubermorgan.com and Paolo Cirio. That was based on a simple but effective hack. We established a fake website. This was the website. GWA was converted in Global Web Marketing and e-Business Information magazine. It was obviously about online marketing, and we subscribed it to the Google AdSense program. The program let you publish on your website Google server the textual advertisements. Google then pays you a small amount of money for every click visitors do on such advertisement. Basically, when you sign your sort of agreement with Google, you can't show things like that publicly, as I'm doing now, but our account were terminated, so I'm happy to do that, so you can see it. Google basically pays you a small amount of money for every click visitors do on such advertisements. What we did then was to open a Swiss bank account that automatically bought Google shares as soon as the sum obtained with the AdSense program reached the Google share latest price. Just quickly, why we choose a Swiss bank account? Basically not because Ubermorgan are from Swiss also, but because we were really impressed that the whole amount of Google, basically Google was worth on the financial market more than all banks of Switzerland. And for me as a European, all banks in Switzerland are the biggest amount of money I can imagine. So that's why we opened that in Switzerland. So in a way, Google was giving us money to buy itself. After a while, Google shut down our first AdSense account, as you can imagine. So we developed the software that made automatically so-called fraudulent clicks every time a visitor accessed the website. It was accomplished simulating an abstract average visitor behaviors. So we basically studied an average visitor and make a sort of simulation program that did the same, making fake clicks, and guess what? It worked. However, Google With itself is a conceptual artwork. And that should be summarized in the note made by a Village Voice journalist in his review. He wrote, at the current rate, we will need more than 200 million years until GWA fully owns Google. But let's analyze what I call, I was the theorist of the group, so let's analyze what I call Google self-referentialism. How a dictator can be funny for the people. One chance is to know how to entertain the people while continuing to influence every decision they make, so invisibly maintaining the totalitarian power untouched. Google's management knows very well how to entertain web surfers. They are not a totalitarian government, of course, but they are the first and almost only reference for most of internet users. Moreover, they periodically announce and release new, effective and entertaining services. People like these services. People want them and want even more of them. It's not a Microsoft type of monopoly at all. Google uses a sort of porcelain interface, in my humble opinion, perfectly shaped, rounded, familiar, shiny and funny, exploiting the wrong common perception that Google is a public service that almost comes with a computer. So on the Google planet, everything works. And is easy and fun. Everything is light as the interface and testing as Google Earth. Resource rich as Gmail, or fast and updated as Google News. So the cream of fun and the strawberries of interesting results are flavoring the Google dictatorship. In fact, we are talking of a monopoly, or so, in a certain number of strategical net economic sectors. The Google database is an incredibly valuable bunch of data, and it's constituted by the most visited pages on the net. But they are selected through the Google's PageRank algorithm. It's the paradigm of their self-referential game. When they got enough credibility, they established the web filtered criteria. And then, being the first source, they decided what the content of this source would have been. On the other hand, the database of searches and the request of other services, news, images, cheap prices, personal mail, is even more relevant. In fact, it can be localized and statistically analyzed, and crossing locative, general, and product searches constitute the secret dream of every internet marketing executive. It deals with the frightening perspective of profiling the Google users, anonymous, until when it will be anonymous. The common perception is that Google offers chances of augmenting the personal information power in exchange of small and digestible amount of advertisement. The Google's position is predominant in the same moment it enters a new business field with a new service. It's the Google effect, creating consensus on a new business, even if it instantly got the predominant position. The greatest enemy of such a giant is not another giant. It's the parasite. And the G-Way, Google with itself, is an exemplary parasite and can be easily cloned ad infinitum. This is my first idea, that would have been cloned ad infinitum by other persons. If enough parasites of this kind would suck small amounts of money in this self-referentialism embodiment, they will empty this artificial mountain of data and its inner risk of digital totalitarianism. After Google with itself, this is a collage of different things, the obsessive recurrent